Yeah.
Oh, he's doing his prayer. All that is not on camera, just FYI.
Yes. Don't do that.
Nope.
There's only like maybe a couple, 3 or 4 people that still practice Navajo tradition.
If the coyote is running from left to right, or if it's running from right to left. So do you have different thoughts on that, or?
Those mesas, they tend to come up. That they're like stretching, or they're like atatuk asta misa. My name is Manuel Pinto.
Okay.
I'm Navajo, and my clans are Kintachin and Strong. And I reside here in Torreon, New Mexico. This place is called because of that mesa right there. That is what they call
Is there a big significance on that mesa?
Just the way, like if you see it from afar, it's kind of like a gold colored mesa. So like the main clans around here are Kintachinis and Totnizanis.
What about families? Any last names that are kind of the main ones?
Sandoval's, Toledo's. Right. In this case right here, our last name is Pinto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mainly, most of our last names come from Spanish descent.
And you're working on those solar panels out in Pueblo Pintado?
Yeah.
So what's? I drove through there maybe like a month ago, and I was surprised about how many solar panels are there. Is that all on Navajo Nation land?
It's like private land, I think.
Private?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I know on the eastern side, and what's those solar panels going to?
They say they're going to power up Rio Rancho. One's going to Farmington area, one going to Albuquerque area. And I'm thinking there will be some local communities that will be...
That's to be powered up as well too?
Yeah. Like 4 miles of solar panels.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot.
And we work on... we installed 208 Tesla megapacks.
Tesla megapacks?
Yeah.
Really?
Just north of that store.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the off-trust land?
Well, this place right here, east of Crown Point, they're all called checkerboard land.
Yes.
Some are trust land, private lands, BLM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I heard it's kind of a mess. Because again, the guy I was talking about, that's from Cuba.
Yeah.
He was explaining, he's like, that area is a mess with jurisdiction and all that stuff. So does it make it difficult for you all here? I mean, as far as maybe like law enforcement, BIA services?
Yeah, it is.
So what's the law enforcement issue do you guys face?
Well, it takes like 2, 3, 4 hours for Navajo Nation to come out here. Sometimes like a day, 2 days, 3 days. Sometimes they don't really come out here because it's too far for them to travel here.
And where's the closest station for them to come from?
Crown Point. Yeah.
That's far.
And then the state or Cuba, they don't come out here. Sandoval County Sheriff, they come out here, but only if there's a Navajo Nation officer present. That's the only way they're going to come out here.
And that's where the jurisdiction issue comes in. So you guys kind of self-security your areas?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm assuming?
Yeah. Something does happen. We have right here in our area right here, we have our own little like notification here between neighbors.
Oh, okay.
See if there's something wrong. We have to text each other, say what's going on, Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay, so
Like
you're
our-
kind of your
like
own
our neighborhood watch,
security and-
yeah.
Yeah, neighborhood watch. There you go.
Yeah.
Your own neighborhood watch.
Our part of our part of our community is kind of like forgotten.
Yep.
Everything's all based on the northern, central, western.
And that's the common theme I've been hearing about the eastern side.
Yeah. There's not that much medicine man around here no more, so mostly they're just involved with NAC, those root mans. Mostly just does that. No, there's only like maybe a couple, 3 or 4 people that still practice Navajo tradition.
Can you explain NAC?
NAC is a peyote that was introduced to us way back, like 100 years ago, something like that. It was brought back from Oklahoma, I think, from the Apaches. So many people started practicing them. They got involved with that, and it goes together with traditional side. So
The way I interpret it, it's a blended model of using our traditions and mixing it with someone else's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
well, it still helps.
yeah.
Yeah, we still believe in it.
Yeah.
We're still pretty much involved with it too.
Oh, with NAC?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Is Manuel involved with NAC as well?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you guys do peyote and all that, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, so now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So when I grew up, my great grandfather told us not to do peyote and all that stuff. Oh, what are your thoughts on that?
No, it's not that. It's to help you refresh your mind, your well-being. Some people use it as a illegal drug or something like that, but
They abuse it,
they abuse it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like anything else out there.
Yeah.
You can take a painkiller to take away pain, or
Yeah.
you can have a glass of wine with your steak.
Yeah.
But when you're drinking 2 bottles a night, or you're popping 10 pills a day, then now you're abusing a substance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't done peyote myself. It's just the way I was raised on that part. So that's why I'm just playing devil's advocate, asking,
Yeah.
not trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just people how they abuse it. It's just that.
The NAC, which is a Native American church,
Yeah.
do you all have any type of like services as a traditional white Christian church, or?
Well, we all pray to the same God.
Okay.
We're not there to push them aside or anything. That we just pray to the same God.
Okay. Is there a certain place you guys all gather, or is it just an individual?
Individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Right now that COVID has struck, so it's kind of like a little.
Small groups?
Yeah.
And is there such thing as like a pastor or anything, or?
No, they call it a roadman. So.
Roadman, yep.
So he's the one that takes care of the whole people inside.
Hey, you guys got enough snow here?
Yeah, we did. We actually had like 8-10 inches at one point.
Nice. It's all right.
Yeah.
Let me see all the materials. You have skis. I remember
Yeah.
Shiprock one year we used a car hood.
Yeah, that's what we used to use a long time ago.
Yeah.
That mesa right there.
Okay.
We used to put like a car hood down there, slide
Just go
down,
down.
and right there at the base of it, there's a fence.
Uh-huh.
So when we're getting close to it,
Yeah.
everybody would bail out.
Jump on it.
Only about 1 or 2 people would
Would slam
hurry
into
up
the
and
barbed
duck
wire.
down. And
Nice. So you have Mount Taylor.
yeah, we
Which
have
is
Mount
our-
Taylor in our view.
You have Turquoise Mountain,
Yeah.
one of our sacred mountains.
Yes.
And we have some volcanoes over here, which I've hiked up to before.
Yeah.
And if you hike up to a certain point, I saw all 5 of them lined up, I think, or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Then at the very tip of the top, what was that one called again?
Capizone.
Cabazon Peak.
Yeah.
What's the story behind Cabazon Peak?
As legend goes, that was the head of the giant.
Uh-huh.
Yates, way back in the days. The twins.
And that's the Hero Twins.
Yeah, the hero twins. They slain the head of the giant. And that's where his head is. His body's on over here, Mark Taylor, and his blood is all those lava rocks.
On the south side of Mount Taylor.
Yes.
Yep. Do you ever see strange lights out here? Like up in the sky or anything?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard about in between the canyons and everything near Cabazon.
I've heard some UFO sightings or lights on that side.
Yeah. And a lot of military goes through there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I was out in Tohajli hiking those areas and I was ready to go and I hear this boop, 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 and I looked up and an osprey flies over
Wow.
200 feet above.
Wow.
Like the sand was blowing. It was really close.
Yeah.
Do the pups don't want to go that way?
I'm going to show you something here.
Sure.
As a little kid, I used to survive on these wild carrots right here. These wild carrots.
Yeah. I remember you had to dig around like this.
Yeah.
And then you pull them up, right? Not
Yeah.
on the top, but in the root. And you just...
Yeah, I used to survive on that.
Because they're all crunchy and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And wild onions.
Wild onions.
Or like after it rains, drinking to a pot of water.
Or spring.
Yeah. Like,
Yep. I would go down to a spring, which is about 100 yards away from my grandparents' house.
yeah.
Pull the wooden plug out, and then put my mouth against the water
Yeah.
coming out. You're literally almost kissing the concrete.
Yeah,
Then
maybe.
you plug it back up.
Yeah, maybe that's why our immunity is strong nowadays.
Yep.
In our age. Right now, when you see a little kid doing that, you say, "Hey, don't do that, buddy. You're gonna get sick."
Well, it's good if they get sick. So then your sheep herding went from this mesa all the way across, and you did that in one day. You went all the way around.
Yeah.
Then you came up over here.
Yes, I just let them graze, just follow them, keep an eye out for coyotes, whatnot.
So if you see a coyote, what do you do?
Leave it alone.
Good. Do you carry any firearms to scare them off?
Maybe just firecrackers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that, and a stick gun.
Stick.
I was like mainly 8, 9 years old when I was doing that.
Oh, really?
To my teenage years.
Nice. So the mesa over there, you've been to that mesa too, yeah?
Yeah, they call that gotcha. To name it short, it's called gotcha, but really it's called gotcha. On top of that mesa, there's some cedars. You can barely see it.
Mm-hmm.
Way back then, look around time, there was some cedars up there.
Yeah.
Like these kind of cedars. They're up there. They call it gotcha, but sometime later they renamed it gotcha just for short. On that ridge over there, that's called Bakaihi. Yeah, they call it Eagle Spring too.
Eagle Spring.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say this as general as possible. Anything that's sacred to us, how do we find out when we can talk or go to it?
Probably contact your medicine man, some elders. There's not that much elders around here, but some still have knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Some will teach you.
Mm-hmm. Some
will probably say off the camera they'll say some things to you.
I try to explain to everybody that it's very diverse and different too. We're not just one simple-minded group that follows in one direction by one chief. It's like we have families and clans for every village that have their own chief, their own leader.
Yeah.
And that's how we're able to operate throughout the Navajo Nation.
Yeah.
I mean, even with like we were just talking about earlier with the Coyote, the Mighty, is that I grew up saying that if a coyote passes your path, runs across your path, you stop. And then you wait for someone to pass through, then you go after them. But then there was a girl I dated from Tuba City. She was way more traditional than I was at the time. And she pointed out that depends if the coyote's running from left to right or if it's running from right to left. So do you have different thoughts on that, or?
Ever since that movie that was shot in somewhere Sherbrooke area, I don't know if you recall that movie, Milepost 398, was it? When that coyote crossed their path, they stopped right there until another vehicle comes by. I never heard of that in my upbringing with my family, my grandma, my mom, all that stuff. All they ever told me was, when that coyote crosses their path, make sure you stop the vehicles, get off, and you look for their footprints, and you get some dirt where they step, and then you just say a prayer. Say, protect me wherever you're going. Protect me always. Then you just go throw that dust to where they're going.
Interesting.
Then if you're not positive about it, then you could consult a medicine man. They'll tell you more. It's generally more like a messenger. It's not bad luck or anything like that.
It's just a messenger.
Just a messenger. They'll give you luck or say ala ba shohinsin. Ala be nakikhanao. Eita. The nzoni yat ehida. It's just telling you what to expect. It's just that.
And that still kind of goes back to the lore of the creation stories with Mutney being a part of it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's interesting, just us sharing those three stories from Eastern, Central, Northern to Western.
Yeah.
How each section has a different version of how to approach a coyote crossing your path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some were taught more, somewhere less.
Maybe somewhere in the rush, like, no, let's wait for someone to pass, then we'll go after them.
Maybe it was like a joke or something like that. Just to lie or something like that.
Yeah. But I like the prayer over the tracks. Because, yes, they are messengers.
Yeah.
The counselors, like, right over here?
Yeah, counselors in that area right there.
Mm-hmm.
That little mesa sticking out, that's called Tsaji. Way over there.
Yeah.
Then, what was that place called? That white mesa right there.
Yep. I see a tower right in front of it. What is that?
There's a cell tower.
Oh, okay.
Then beyond it is Leadbrook.
Oh, Lightbrook. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those places.
Yeah, Lightbrook. Okay.
They are there.
Jeez, you can almost see all the way up to them. Is that the Zesladohi way at the very top in a very, very far back?
Yeah.
That's Deezy over there?
Yeah, sometimes like early in the morning, like after it rains,
Yeah.
those mesas, they tend to come up. They tend to come up like just a little bit, just rise up. My mom used to tell me that they're like stretching, or they're like kind of like atatik ostanilina. So they tend to come up. Then when it starts to warm up, they go down.
Which kind of works like our ligaments.
Yeah.
Your body's rested. It's nice and strong and tall.
Yeah. Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. That little mesa right there, they call it a something or something like that. Because from the view, they would see like a little glass shining. They call that. And Cuba is called Nazisatl. When they started naming places, they saw like two gophers getting water in the spring.
Oh,
they call it Nazisatl.
So let's go for springs.
Yeah. Then the mountain behind it, Hamus Mound, is called Zahajin.
Then Chaco Canyon is like right over here somewhere.
Just somewhere on that side, yeah.
Yeah.
Then right there in that ridge is the Continental Divide.
Yep.
So Continental Divide goes in here. They call it Choyazno Skid.
What do they call it?
Choyazno Skid.
What does that mean?
Cho means like a little pine tree.
Oh, okay.
They're like some little pine trees right there. They call that.
And then way in the distance is DZ.
You'll see DZ, yeah.
Yep. And right over that is Farmington.
Yeah.
So, where I'm from. So, about DZ, do you know the history about that mesa?
Well, do you know there are one of our sacred mountains?
It's the fifth one.
Yeah.
And I heard it's the fifth one because it's the center of all four.
Yeah.
And what's the significance about it being the center of it? Well, what's about being the fifth sacred mountain? Do you know why, or?
That I really don't know. It's just that I've been taught that as a Yoda. You take your offering up there, you ask for like what's most important to you, your life and everything like what you want in life, you say your prayers to it. And to my understanding, that I've been taught that the first squad dance was up there.
Really?
Yes.
The first squad dance was up there.
First squad dance, changing women and all that.
That day, Lady Miniko she came back and then she made it as far as here. It's gone down here, you know. It's kind of like what do you call it? A tooth or?
Yeah, like it goes inside the gums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be like some rocks on around and then some red rocks, I guess like it all washouts. There's like a lady to be caught or to be caught it all. Then she did Lendas. She added and Toshi bit the Hoyo, she added what is no Kuya the day. Nash the Shaya, Toy Kahas and the Leguia. To hold lot of Ishidaka Bashkin, National Arden. A quarter.